Welcome back to the Incense Podcast. I'm your host, Robert Braille, sitting in the Kangaroo Motorsport Studio, and across from me is my co-host, Adam Nilsson, and we are talking about food.
Food podcast.
Yeah.
Hashtag
food podcast.
But not, sorry, Scott Malloy.
What?
You're going to be mad about this.
I like Scott Malloy.
I like Scott Malloy, too. He's one of, like, I really enjoy it because I think basically I hung out with him a little bit at Coda last year. But then, like, the first time we really hung out was Festival, and he was part of the unit.
Okay, I'll be honest. I honestly don't know if we have spoken face-to-face.
If he was in a lineup, do you think you could pick him out?
Now, because I've stalked him on the internet. But, like, we've been friends through, like, Facebook and Instagram and, like, GLTC and stuff.
Right.
But, like, because I don't think he's in the GLTC chat anymore.
Oh, okay.
But, like, I know we've messaged back and forth a bunch, and I've seen him post a bunch of stuff. And we mutually like each other's stuff on Instagram, so we're best friends.
I mean,
obviously.
that's the.
I'm closer to those people in my life than most people. So if I like all your stuff on Instagram and you see that I like your stuff all the time, just know that you're my best friends.
At this point, there's only four types of people that exist to me in the world at this point.
Okay,
my coworkers, my internet friends, my family, and the people I see at the racetrack.
That is an accurate statement. There's really nothing else.
Like, literally, besides you, I have zero social life if I'm not at the racetrack. And my social life with you literally does not leave this table.
That's not true. We went and got lunch or dinner tonight.
It's the first time we've done that in
like 4 years.
Forever. And it's not because I don't enjoy hanging out with you.
No.
We just don't.
No.
If
we're gonna hang out, we might as well record it.
Well, there's that, and then I'm so fucking busy.
Yeah, me too.
And I'll murder you.
I gotta go to the gym, and I gotta get off work early compared to you, and then I got stuff to do in the shop. You know, I'm just so busy.
So we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So I got added to the Factor Fab Racing group chat.
Yep.
Which is the only group chat I'm in where everybody still has their name.
Oh, yeah, we have never changed that.
There's no nicknames. It was very strange. I was really taken aback by such a radical change in group chat format for me.
Is the group chat picture still Josh sleeping in the I can't remember. I changed the picture to Josh sleeping once.
I don't have the slightest clue what it is. That didn't stick out to me
because he was sleeping with his head tilted way back, just mouth.
Oh yeah. It looks like he's maybe in the van.
No, I think this is it in the van. I thought it was in the lorry.
I can't zoom in on it.
I can't remember,
but it looks like he's in some sort of truck or van type thing. He's in the front seat of a vehicle.
Yeah, so it might be the van. I don't know. Either way.
That's the only group chat I'm in.
That's literally the only air quote prank that we've done.
It's the only group chat I'm in that's not and the ketchup emoji.
Oh yeah, because you can do quick buttons, and we changed ours to a thing of ketchup because Booney hates ketchup.
Right.
Well, he doesn't hate ketchup. He just
gets mad at Josh for putting it on brats. Yeah.
So we always put it on brats now.
But anyway, I got invited to the group chat, and then the very first thing was that Booney wanted to have a team meeting. And so we were going back and forth on when we could have this and blah, 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 right? And so we settled on today.
Yep.
Today being Friday. And then we were trying to settle on a time. And you're like, oh, let's do it at 3. I'm good. Fucking 3? Robbie, my day's barely even started by 3.
It's Friday.
I've only been at work for 8 hours at that point. I still got half a day to go.
Yeah. I got to work at 6.
Yeah.
Get off at 2:30.
So I accidentally pocket group called our other group chat at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, because I was driving.
When I was walking into Booney's shop, and so I hear Dalton and E-Man yelling at me in my pocket, and I pull it out, and E-Man, I showed Lori and I showed Booney, and E-Man goes, "Why are you off work so early?" Fuck. This is my life now.
Yeah, it's too early.
But you're like, oh, let's do it at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock's really convenient for me.
You're fucking hilarious, Robbie.
I've worked really hard to get to this point.
If you want to call, I can call in.
Go for it.
And then we can do it at 3 o'clock
that's
in
great.
the afternoon.
That's fine.
I'm probably driving from fucking point A to point B, and I'll probably get 40 phone calls in the middle.
They can wait.
But anyway, I don't even know how we got here. We were talking about Scott Malloy.
We're talking about food, and then you got
food.
Yeah.
Yes. So cars are stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're just going to do a food podcast now.
I'm good with that.
Because Scott Facebook messaged us
Yep.
and said that he could get us Abe's. I feel like I can safely say this because Abe doesn't fucking listen to this garbage.
No.
He could get us Abe's address so that we can begin the podcast war.
No, we're responding to the first shot.
Well, the first shot was just a threat. That's not really a shot, is it?
We respond to threats.
Sure.
Wait, is that what a civilized nation responds to threats, right?
This is a third world country at best, Robbie.
Which is why we respond to threats.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I have no problem with that reputation.
All right, fair enough.
But he is not a neutral country. Scott is not a neutral country in this world war of podcasts. He is not Switzerland.
No,
he's on our side, but he's pretending to be Abe's friend.
Oh, good.
I think.
'Cause they just did a podcast together.
Right. But that got us going on other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got here. But
food.
He's
a professional chef.
He's a professional. Like he does food as art, though.
Yeah.
He's what I.
Food is art. Adam.
No, it's food, Robbie. And art food usually fucking sucks.
No.
I said it, Robbie.
No, it doesn't.
Deal with it.
Oh.
Michelin star restaurants are ridiculous things.
Ridiculously delicious.
They're usually garbage.
You don't know. You've never been.
That's fair. Eatery A was one of the least enjoyable
That's not a Michelin star
meals I've ever had.
Oh my god.
That was food as art. It was garbage, Robbie.
It was not garbage. It was good.
It's not any good.
It's good.
It's not good.
I want you to know. I was talking about the Copper Calf, the restaurant from Brazelton that when we went to after we got the NPO, we picked up the NPO one.
The really expensive steak.
It's a very expensive place.
Uh-huh.
I was literally just talking about that just the other day because of how good it was. Granted, I had to preface it by saying it's also the most expensive meal I've ever had in my entire life by a lot.
I feel like that's most steakhouses. Now, I realize this isn't true for all steakhouses, but most steakhouses, even if they are expensive, are not food is art.
Fair.
It's still steak and potatoes.
This place was not just steak and potatoes, Adam.
Sure.
It was the fact that I could sit there and watch them make the food.
But they didn't.
Was art in itself.
But they didn't give you like a fucking 4-ounce fillet.
No, it's huge.
And then charge you $45 to look at it and $110 if you want to actually eat it.
It was actually $250 if you wanted to eat it.
Yeah, but it was a fat steak.
And we had oyster. It was
probably like dry aged and all kinds of crazy ass things.
Yeah, it's fine. It was delicious.
So he poo-pooed on my new favorite way of preparing food for me.
Oh, yeah.
He shut me down.
What?
That's why I brought up Scott Malloy.
Okay.
I don't know how we got here. This is very confusing to me. So I can only imagine how bad this is to listen to.
I don't know. They're still here.
But, Robbie, you asked me these questions and then we decided to talk about it on the podcast. So for Christmas, my father-in-law purchased me an Instapot, right?
Yeah, it's like a pressure cooker.
It's a pressure cooker.
Okay.
And it
looks like my rice cooker
but it's fancy.
Yeah, my rice cooker changed my life.
But this is fancier.
Yeah, this has like
more options.
This has like 8 more buttons than mine has.
Yeah, and all of those buttons are the real world changing buttons.
So you got soup, meat stew, bean chili,
I don't even
poultry.
know if this is the same one I have.
I don't care. Rice.
No, this is
multigrain.
not the same one I have.
It's got a yogurt. It's got a pressure cook button.
See, this one doesn't have sous vide on it.
It's got saute.
Yeah, I use saute for something as well. Okay. Anyway, so we busted this thing out, and the first thing we made in it was like a bacon cheddar cheese potato soup.
Okay.
And so you
I think it's a pretty safe place to start.
Yeah. You cook the bacon in, so there's a big like stainless steel pot inside of this thing that comes out, right?
Yep.
And you put the bacon in there and you sauteed it inside that pot. in the pressure cooker.
So you just
until
like
the
you just like
bacon was
dropped it.
crispy.
You just dropped it in there and then closed the lid.
Set it on saute, close the lid, run it for a few minutes, however long it told me to. Pulled it out. I had crispy bacon.
You just push the button and walk away.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
So just like the rice.
yeah. And then
It just knows.
Then you took it out, took the bacon out, chopped it up, but you don't clean all the bacon fat and stuff out of the bottom of the pan. You leave that in there, or out of the bottom of the pot.
What? You just leave it in there.
Yeah,
All of it.
yeah. Toss the bacon back in there with like beef broth and other soup.
You just leave all the
things,
fat
right?
in there.
Yes, it's tasty.
All of it.
Robbie. It tastes delicious that way.
I don't. No. Nope.
And
You
then
drain the fat, Adam.
No,
Yes,
no.
you drain the fat.
it didn't tell me to, and I didn't do it. It's fine, Robbie.
I'm sure it
It
is.
was we put like fucking a ton of water and beef broth in there. It's all broken down.
There was one time that Jess made tacos for us, and she was following the recipe as it was written.
Did she not drain her
It never
hamburger?
once said anything about draining the fat out of the hamburger.
Well, see, I'll do that.
So
I'm
then
not
she
heathen.
so she serves up this taco, and I'm like, I go to like, or I guess I made a burrito out of it, and I go to take a bite of it. It's just like
Slides right out the bottom.
and just
Yeah, absolutely.
like dripping out the bottom. I was like,
That's
did you?
too far,
I was like,
Robbie.
did you drain it? She's like, what do you mean?
Also, it was only like 6 strips of bacon.
Okay.
It wasn't a full pound of bacon. It was like 6 strips of
Okay.
bacon. And then we cut up a bunch of russet potatoes.
Yep.
And just toss them in there. Set it on whatever setting I was supposed to set on there. 8 minutes. And
Yeah, perfect soup.
when you pulled that out, that was like you could flatten the potatoes with your thumb.
Oh,
Soft, like ready. 8 fucking minutes, Robbie.
that's a game changer.
It was crazy. Like that would have taken 4 hours in a crock pot.
It might not even gotten close to that good at that point either.
8 minutes. I couldn't believe. I was like, surely there's no way.
The potatoes can't be done.
Surely there's no way that this is ready to go. That was fucking spot on. I could not believe it.
I think that's my favorite part about the rice cookers, that you just kind of, it doesn't matter. Like whether I put in 10 cups or 2 cups and I get the right amount of water.
Yeah.
I just set it in there and I hit the rice button.
Yeah.
And I walk away.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how full or how empty it is.
Yeah.
It's right. Magic.
So, at this point, I'm sold on this Instapot, right? Like this, if all I ever make in here is bacon cheddar potato soup,
It's already good enough.
it's already worth every penny I didn't spend on it. But I was looking at all the other functions now because now I'm in love with my Instapot, and I saw that it had a sous vide button. And Ryan Seiler and Josh Fettis are huge sous vide fanatics.
Okay.
And so
Describe sous vide to me.
So give me a second here. So we're white middle American males in our 30s,
How dare you?
right?
Yes.
So that means we have 2 options in our lives. We can either make beer in our closet
Yes.
or we can smoke meats. That's
really your only option.
those are the one of those 2, if not both of those things, are required of you by law.
Yeah.
But I have no interest in making beer.
No, I feel like it's a lot of work because I'm just going to take the alcohol out of it anyways.
Right. And I don't have a smoker yet. Not that I don't want one.
I'm right there
Because
with
I do
you.
desperately want one.
I do.
But I just haven't spent the money on it.
Yep.
So instead, I have slowly been perfecting my steak making skills by using a cast iron skillet in my oven.
Okay.
Because I don't have a grill and I don't want to buy a grill just to make a steak every once in a while.
You should.
I probably should.
Yeah, you should. You should.
But I've gotten pretty good at it just in my kitchen,
Oh, yeah. No.
actually. I've gotten very good at it.
I mean, flat topping a
Yeah.
steak's not a bad thing.
Right. So, but Ryan's always told me, like, once you sous vide, you'll never prepare meat any other way.
Okay.
And so what sous vide is he actually has an actual sous vide machine thing.
Okay.
And it looks kind of like a dildo. It does.
All right, so
But what it does is it so you take your meat,
yep,
you season it,
yep.
and then you throw it in a bag, and you're supposed to vacuum seal it.
Okay.
But I haven't dived in deep enough to buy the vacuum sealer. So what I've been doing in the interim now that I'm head over heels for this. But when I started, just to see if this was going to be a thing I was going to do, I just took Ziploc bags and like squeezed as much air as I could out and then shut it.
Yeah.
Right. And then the sous vide machine that Ryan and Josh have, it sits on the edge of a pot or whatever you're cooking your food in, and you fill that with water.
Okay.
And it circulates the water and heats it.
Okay.
And then you take the bagged meat and its seasonings and you put it in there.
So you're like boiling it, but not like.
But you're not boiling it because it's in the bag.
Yeah. But like you're putting the bag in like the hot
water. And you
water.
run it at like 135, 140 degrees because that's what you want the temperature of the steak to be.
Right.
And then it can't overcook the steak.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Or whatever meat you put in there.
Of course.
You can't overcook it because it can't get hotter than the temperature of the water.
Yes.
So you can't fuck it up. You can't accidentally end up with a well done steak when you wanted a medium rare steak.
Or a rare steak, yeah.
Right. And then when you're done, so it runs. So like when I use the Instapot sous vide setting, the steak and the chicken, you set them in there for 2 hours.
Oh.
It's in there for a while.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the pressure cooker part doesn't come into play here, and it's not done in 35 seconds, which is what I was really hoping for. So it's not quite.
Yeah, so, sometimes it's worth waiting for.
Oh, it is. This is definitely like I'm going to start this at 2:00 so I can eat it this afternoon type thing.
I'm going to interrupt you and tell you a story.
Uh-huh.
The other day, Jess and I were like, we should make pot roast.
Uh-huh.
And like it was like a Friday night or whatever. I was like, all right, we'll
Like
set it.
Crock pot roast?
Yeah, we'll make
Hell
it. Yeah, we'll do it.
Brother.
Saturday morning rolls around. Guess who didn't take the pot roast or the roast out of the freezer?
Son of a bitch.
This idiot.
Son of a bitch.
So I was like, well,
been there, done that.
We'll just take this and put it in there. And put it on low. We'll defrost it this way. It sat there all damn day.
Yeah.
It sat there all day.
Yeah.
And then finally, like it was like defrosted and like ready to go. And
okay.
Like finally it wasn't frozen anymore. And I was like, all right, we can finally start cooking here. This is like mid-afternoon.
Right. Right.
And I get started. And then like, I think Jess was even working. So she gets home at like 7:30. I was like, this will be ready by the time she gets home. It was like 9 o'clock.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I'm fucking over it. So I took it and I cut all the meat into like smaller pieces and let it sit for another fucking. I think by the time it was like 8 o'clock when I did that. I was finally at 9 o'clock. It was finally done. I didn't need a bite of it. I had leftover pot roast for the rest of the week. Granted, it was fucking delicious.
I mean, that's not a bad thing.
I had a week's worth of food,
well that ends well.
But I didn't get to eat any of it that entire day.
Yeah, that's super annoying. So when you're done cooking your meat in the sous vide, I've got a cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
That has like the grill mark things on it. It's not a smooth pan.
Oh, yeah.
And so you get that thing fucking scalding ass hot, and then you reverse sear the steaks for a minute or so on each side and serve them. And that you get it real hot, so you get the crust on the steak like you want.
Yep.
You get the grill marks, the color. It doesn't look like a gray piece of meat.
Yep.
But the inside's fucking perfect.
I like it.
And because it was cooking in its juices the whole time, all that stuff's still in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't like cook out of it and into the pan.
Yep.
It stays in and so, dude, it's so juicy and tender and delicious. And like that was one of the best steaks I've ever had, and by a huge margin, the best steak I've ever made.
Okay.
And those were okay pieces of meat. They weren't high dollar ones. I buy mid-range steaks usually, whatever's on sale, but still.
I have a freezer full of free meat.
Right.
I have no complaints.
Right. But I'm not in there buying filet mignons and bone-in ribeyes most of the time, unless they're on a wicked sale.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes I'll go crazy.
That's like the one time I buy.
But usually it's like New York strips or something like that.
Yeah.
But then Ryan was like, yeah, dude, steak is great. Chicken will fucking change your life. And I was like, all right. So I'll try this. So I bought like a 2-pound thing of chicken breast tenderloins.
Yep.
So basically what you would make chicken strips out of if you breaded them. And seasoned those and threw them in the sous vide for 2 hours at whatever temperature it told me to.
Yeah.
You just hit a button that says chicken, pork, beef, start. Right? And, dude.
the best chicken you've ever had?
So I did. Ryan said that depending on how he's feeling with it, he either does or doesn't do the grill mark thing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I just got that cast iron real hot again and literally set him in there for like 15 to 20 seconds on each side, just so I had a little color on it.
Yep.
I mean, it's total bullshit.
Yeah, it happens.
But what the fuck, dude? It's so tender and so juicy. It's insane. And I don't care what Scott Malloy says. It's insane. I couldn't believe it. And I'm sure that if I was some fucking pro chef Michelin star bullshit that like I could probably make chicken that good on a regular stovetop, but I'm not and I can't.
Yep.
And that was fucking incredible.
I'll try it, man.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm sold.
And then when you're all done, the best part about the sous vide, when you're all done, the cleanup is pour the water in the sink.
That sounds nice.
That's the cleanup.
Yep.
Throw the bag in the trash, pour the water in the sink. Done.
Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in on this. I want
so
this in my
like
life.
if you buy one of those actual sous vide machines, they're like
I want an Instant Pot now.
They're like $200 or $300.
Oh.
And if you're cooking for a larger number of people,
yeah.
Or if you like wanted to do get crazy and do a whole chicken, or like I probably couldn't do like a tomahawk.
Oh.
If you bought one of those,
okay,
you would need a bigger container, and that's what that thing that sits on the side that looks like a dildo would be nice for.
Yep.
But like
I cook for two.
You cook for two.
90% of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
99% of the time.
Yeah, and like if I'm gonna cook a whole chicken, I bought one of those air fryers with the rotisserie. I'm gonna put that in there.
Right. No, the instant pot. Yeah, I'm in on that.
And it comes with a bunch of recipes.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of like the soups and the stews and stuff like that you can make in there. You can use it as a rice cooker too.
Well, I already got my rice cooker.
Right. So. But it's just crazy the number of things, and it's wild. I couldn't believe how fast it made that stew.
See, I remember when everyone was all like, air fryers.
Air fryers are cool too. I
didn't really get into my air fryer, but the Instant Pot and the pressure cooker, man, I
get it from a health side, but I don't enjoy my... Like, if I'm going to make frozen French fries, I like them in a deep fryer more than I like them in an air fryer.
Oh, yeah.
I get that they're not as healthy. But I don't really care.
Yeah, to me, it was hardly any better than the regular oven.
I didn't really enjoy it. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to put it in the oven.
Yeah, so.
But we bought one that's kind of like it looks more like a toaster oven.
Yeah.
It's got like a door that opens up instead of like a deep fat fryer style air fryer.
Oh, we got the deep fat fryer one.
Yeah. And this one has like a rotisserie in it. And you could do a bunch of other things with it, and that one is really nice. I like that one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's cool.
I don't know. Everyone was all like hyped about it, so
people were hyped on it.
We bought one and we tried it. And we were both just kind of like, maybe it's because everyone hyped it up so much, but like, whatever. Yeah. But then I bought that rice because I went and bought some guy on Facebook Marketplace had the cold air intake for my truck.
Yeah,
and I went over there to go get it, and he's like, yeah, I buy shipping containers and I sell all this, whatever. And I'm like, whatever. And he's like, I got this whole store if you want to like check it out. So I'm like, okay. So I walk through it and it's like, he's got this like really nice rice cooker, like a big one.
Yeah.
That sell for like $80.
Right.
And he's like, he wants $20 for it.
I mean,
so clearly it's always, everything in this store has to be stolen.
Yeah, probably. It's fine. Whatever. Yeah, it's not stolen from you.
Yeah, I didn't steal it. I mean, receiving stolen property is a crime in itself, but that I can't confirm that it's stolen.
You don't know.
It's got a business thing on they haven't opened and closed.
Who's to know, Robbie?
Yeah, whatever.
3/4 of things in pawn shops are stolen. No one gets in trouble for buying that stuff.
Yeah, especially not the person buying it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The person selling it.
Yeah,
yes.
that's their problem.
The person who sold it to the pawn shop, sure, they get in trouble. The pawn shop, yeah, maybe, but the buyer, you're safe.
So yeah, but I was like, okay, I'm buying this cold air intake and this rice cooker. I want to say I bought some other stuff too, but like
that's a really random smattering of things.
Yeah, he must get like Amazon rejects stuff, okay. And then so he's just got like a shipping container full of like Amazon returns or something,
right?
Like unopened whatever's.
Okay, that makes sense.
I honestly have no idea. I didn't really want to ask. All I wanted was
you don't ask questions. You just buy a rice cooker.
I wanted a $20 I wanted a $20 rice cooker and a cold air intake, and that's all I wanted.
I get that.
But yeah,
no one's gonna like shame you for that. Right?
I'm not shamed.
It's fine,
even if they tried. It's not gonna work.
Fair.
And I love my rice cooker.
Yeah,
and
you've sang its praises before.
And then the rice was great. And I like to make fried rice. So I just use like the shitty Walmart, not cast iron, but just like a regular pan. I was like making fried rice with that, and it's not as good.
Right.
So for Christmas, I got a wok. And it's like
Is that crazy?
It's like a Japanese cast iron still.
No, I know.
It's
You're into it?
Oh,
did you get it seasoned and all that?
Yep,
horse
I
shit?
seasoned it. I did all of it.
I'm pretty sure I fucked up my cast iron skillet when I see I don't think I got the seasoning thing right.
I did,
but it works fine. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's whatever.
I mean, you can't really fuck it up.
I mean,
I guess you could, but if it works,
trust me, if someone can, it's me.
Yeah. So now I make.
But then people are like, "Oh, you can't wash it certain ways," and I'm like, "I don't know what you fucking."
Just don't put it in the dishwasher.
I just wash it. Just fucking scrub that fucking thing clean. It's fine.
Nope, seasoned it. I did fried rice, and Jess came home from work, and it was ready, and it was fucking bomb.
Fried rice sounds awesome.
It was.
I need to learn.
It's so good because like what I do is I'll put. I'll just say I'll do. It's like 2 or 3 cups of rice.
Yeah.
And then I let it sit for a day. And then I it's in the fridge, and then I take it out. Gotta let it dry just a little bit because you can't go fresh rice straight to the wok. It doesn't.
Oh, really?
No, it has to sit for a day.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it has. You can't. We cannot use fresh rice. It has to be a day old.
You gotta plan a ways in advance. This is a lot of planning for a guy like me.
Just a day. Yeah. So you take your day old rice.
Okay.
And then you fry it. You get your pan hot, and you use sesame oil. Always sesame oil.
Well, it's Asian, so
yeah,
of course.
Sunflower oil maybe, but sesame oil is where it's at.
Okay.
And then you fry up a couple eggs, kind of like scramble style. Then you put your your eggs in or your rice in.
And the rice.
And then you take I just use the cans of the peas and carrots.
You drain them, I assume.
Oh yeah, and then you dump that in there.
Dump that in. Okay.
And then mix it all up. Then I put a little bit of soy sauce in there. It's so fucking.
That sounds so good.
You could eat it by itself.
God damn.
So damn good.
That sounds awesome.
I'm legitimately proud of my fried rice.
You know what we should do? We should get together sometime.
Just like I make fried rice.
You make the fried, and I'll make some sous vide chicken.
That'd be great with fried rice.
And we'll have a meal.
I fucking love it.
That sounds amazing, Robbie.
Can we just shut off the podcast right now?
Fuck it. I'll run home and get my Instapot and some chicken, and I'll meet you back here in 2 hours.
I love it.
It's only 8 o'clock on a Friday night. The night is young.
Yeah,
right?
man. We got all night.
It only takes 2 hours to make that chicken, so we could have it ready to go by midnight.
4th meal in it. I love it.
I'm gonna need a kickstart or something. I'm gonna need
You get the Instant Pot. I'll go get some beverages.
Okay. That sounds so much better.
Speaking of delicious beverages,
that's
Liquid
There's
Death.
no way that's any good, Robbie.
Liquid Death, severed lime sparkling water. Has no business being this good.
There's no way it's that good.
It is that good. You know how Perrier has like the lime flavored?
No,
it
doesn't.
This is that, but it has the flavor.
Okay, so that maybe. The problem is that it's too expensive for me to find out.
I will admit it is expensive for water.
Yeah, it's like buying it's like 1919 root beer. I justify it in my head, but it ain't cheap.
Yeah. I don't like to talk about the fact that I just paid $2 for water.
Yeah.
And you ruined it for me.
Sorry, Robbie.
Damn it. Adam.
Speaking of things that are delicious.
Oh. Yeah.
I hope. So James Morgan, who we've talked about many times on the show as being a real fucking jerk.
Friend.
Right.
For those watching on YouTube, air quote.
Right.
Friend.
He sent us many a bullshit thing. Sent me, frankly, specifically.
You're just the middleman for him getting it to me.
A number of bullshit things. But he claims that he was going to do something nice for us for once. And so I received this in the mail one day.
Okay.
And I believe it's roughly 40 pieces of Japanese candy.
I thought you were going to say for 30 pieces of silver.
I mean, that would be awesome. Take it to the bank.
Yeah. Or the pawn shop.
The pawn shop. So this is the first time I've opened this bag because my son was distraught.
Because he didn't get any of it?
Because he could see that it was candy through the plastic bag. And I wouldn't let him have it.
So it just show up in a box, and then you open the box.
Showed up in a box, and this bag was in there. This is a grocery bag that had like tape holding the top of it shut.
Yep. And it's just candy.
It's just
Looks like it's just candy.
It's candy. They're Japanese sweet snacks.
Is any of it in English?
No. I don't know what that is. These look like Lifesavers.
Oh, this looks like... I bet these are not good.
Those kind of look like oyster crackers.
Yeah, these look like crackers. These can't... I bet these ones are not sweet.
Do you think these are just wintergreen Lifesavers? Wintergreen Lifesavers?
Yes. Usually they have English on them too, though.
So at first I thought these were some sort of maybe biscuit.
So these aren't just candies. These are like Asian snacks.
Well, tell me what you think this is based on the pictures, Robbie.
This is like garlic bread.
No, it's not. Look at the picture. What is that?
Is that a banana? These are bananas.
That's a banana, Robbie. It looks like garlic bread. It looks like it's a banana.
It's like a dehydrated banana.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna like.
I don't know.
Sample all of them.
No, fuck no. There's so many things in here. There's some sort of.
These are cheese balls.
Here's some cookies.
These would be good. These are like cheese balls.
Those look good. Those are cookies. I don't know what that is. That looks dangerous.
Genji pie.
Ah.
Genji pie.
Hey, there's an English word on this. It says mint.
I don't want that one.
I think that's a Tic Tac.
Yeah, but it says mint. I don't want it.
It says umi mint.
Yeah, but mint is terrible.
Me.
You and me, you can have the mint. This Pop Rocks? Or is this meth?
I don't know. It's got a picture of a grape on it.
All right, I'm in on grape. I like grape.
It feels like just one piece of candy in this box.
I got a hot take. You're not going to agree with me. The best flavored sodas.
Get the fuck out of here, Robbie.
Are the Sunkist flavored sodas. So like the strawberry lemonade Sunkist
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Is so fucking good.
I would drink those a lot more if they were caffeinated.
Oh, that's
but generally speaking, this is some sort of jelly.
Like orange soda? They're grape soda? I guess that's Welch's grape soda.
Generally speaking, if it doesn't have caffeine in it, it's not worth drinking. Oh, here's another one, but in a tube.
Jelly? I'll save those for later. Oh, man, these will be fun later.
Dude, what? That looks like some sort of meat stick, but it's the world's tiniest meat stick. Look at it. It looks like a Slim Jim.
It's like a Tootsie Roll.
It's the size of a Tootsie Roll, but it looks like a Slim Jim.
I bet it's octopus or something.
Snap into a Slim Jim. Dude, there's so many things in here.
Not one of them has any letters of English on
That feels like this. These must be the same things, but different flavors.
Oh, these are good. These are like a oh God.
Are these corn flavored Pocky sticks?
Yeah, they have to be, right?
That's like it's got a corn on the cob guy on it.
So this has like it's almost like a wafer, and it's like real. It's like a weird salty. These are good.
Okay,
I've had these.
Okay, there's so many. There's chocolate. You can have that. I don't want that.
I don't like chocolate. You know that.
You'd like it more than I do.
Is this a dehydrated?
It looks like
brownie.
What it looks like. Here's a marshmallow.
I'd eat marshmallows.
It just keeps going, Robbie.
You're not even halfway through the bag.
This has got fish on it, and it looks like...
I'll eat that. Those look like noodles.
Like noodles, but it...
Fish noodles?
But there's a fish on it.
Right.
Could just be a mascot, Robbie. Or it could be fish noodles. I don't know. That's probably chocolate because it's brown. What is this? Ooh. Look how fancy this is, Robbie. It comes with a toothpick to stab out of the individual little...
Those have to be cherry flavored then. Or is it gum?
No, because it comes with a toothpick, so you eat them consecutively.
Huh.
Like little chewy candies. Probably cherry flavored. It just...
Why did he pick Japanese candy?
Look at this. There's so much in here, Robbie.
This one has Pikachu on it. I bet this is chewing gum. Has to be.
Oh, here's a Hello Kitty thing that's actually in English, and I'm pretty sure that's a marshmallow.
This looks like sour.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
This is sour apple paper. It even says it. Sour paper.
It does say sour paper. Now, see, I'm intrigued by sour. We're opening sour paper, Robbie.
Oh, dude,
I'm most intrigued by. Oh,
candy cigarettes!
No way! Open them up. Are those candy cigarettes? I fucking love candy cigarettes.
They're candy cigarettes.
Get the fuck out of here. That's amazing.
They don't even sell those in America anymore.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, you got to go to sketchy gas stations.
Here, Adam, would you like a cigarette?
You can buy them for like 20. Oh, this is a Rip'em. This is
a Rip'em.
That's a. Yeah. Give me one of these candies.
They're good.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting. But it's kind of sour a little bit.
I'm used to the American cigarettes. That
They're just candy.
Just sugar and
candy. Oh, man, it's kind of sour.
It's not sour.
It's a little sour. It's not what I was expecting, Robbie.
I'll give you that. These are good. I'll say.
You know what's not good? Eating on a podcast.
No, it's a food podcast. You're supposed to.
It's a food podcast now. Fuck it. Cars are dumb. I said that to Booney and Josh within the first 30 seconds I was at Booney's place.
Do I say it to them every day?
Oh, man.
They're delicious.
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, did you open the... Here, let's have
I opened this.
Paper. Let's have some paper.
This is one of those, like... Yeah, okay. Rip it.
So we're just going to, touch it with a punch? Here, just rip it.
There we go.
Is this... I bet it's sour. Has to be.
This is, what are those called?
Ribbits.
Rip rolls?
Yeah, where it's like a sour...
It's like a fruit sour fruit by the foot.
Yes.
They're really good, though. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what this is. They probably buy those and repackage them.
But this doesn't have near as much flavor.
Oh, it doesn't.
It's kind of sour apple.
I hope that's not an expiration date, because that says
16
on it.
Is that the year?
Yeah, because this would be day, month, year.
No, they do it differently. It's year, month, date.
Oh.
2024.
Okay, so it's not expired then.
Yeah, January 16, 2024. We could eat that.
Yeah, that's good.
What else do you want to try? You want to try bananas?
I kind of want to try these banana... Oh, man.
It's not sour. Relax.
I don't know why that hit me all of a sudden. It's not even in my mouth anymore.
Phrasing.
That was weird. This is bubblegum. That's bazooka bubblegum.
Yeah, for sure.
With Pikachu on it.
Pikachu bazooka. All right, here's a banana.
Oh, yeah. Smell it, Robbie.
These are delicious.
Are they? Oh, that's weird.
It's like a cracker.
It's kind of salty on the outside, though.
And it's got a little bit of a...
I don't taste any banana.
There's no banana in this.
There's no banana. This is just a bread cracker.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to describe when I was describing this other thing. Think of this, but
But as a tube?
But way less condensed.
Instead of a wafer?
Yeah, it's much...
This
much
does
less.
not go well with the rips.
It's really dry.
Yeah, and I don't have a palate cleanser.
You don't have any water?
No, I didn't bring any.
Well, you can't have any of mine.
I didn't think this through, Robbie.
Well, you could fix it by having more candy.
I could have more candy. Or
here, you could have some of the jelly. Well, I want to save that for later.
I don't understand.
Huh?
What sort of depraved thing are you doing with jellies at night, Robbie?
No.
Go on.
Do you want to know the difference between jelly and jam? Never mind.
Oh, no. God damn it. You're a lunatic.
These are delicious. These are banana things.
These are definitely not bananas.
No, it's just like a wafer.
Yeah.
Like a
It is good, though.
It almost has like on the podcast when Abe Schmucker was talking about making his pizza
with this fucking garbage ass anchovy,
and he puts a little bit of anchovy juice in it.
So
I
gross,
think that this wafer thing that has like some seasoning on it and some salt.
Okay.
There's a hint of fish in it.
I don't taste it, but if you say so,
there's a hint. Just a hint.
If you say so, should we try one more thing?
Yeah,
and then move on with this. We'll just I kind of want to try.
Do you want to do this? You want to do the cherries?
I kind of want to do the cherry thing with the toothpick.
All right.
This looks unfortunate here.
Oh yeah, you got no. Hold on. You got to try the little wiener.
Oh yeah, I'll eat the little wiener. This thing's good.
I was like, can you even open that without a scissors?
No, it's got the split thing right
there. We're good.
This is gonna be spicy and be fucking pissed.
Oh, it won't be.
But what if it is? Don't even try to tell me the Japanese people don't like spicy food.
Japanese people don't like spicy.
I'm not that stupid. Wasabi peas, Robbie?
I had those for lunch.
I'm sorry.
I had poke for lunch. It was delicious.
I don't know what that means.
It's basically a...
this is definitely a tiny meat stick.
Yeah, we already established that.
Well, I wasn't 100% sure.
We knew that.
This is a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
This is an 1.5 inch long Slim Jim.
That's an 1.5 inch to you?
I don't know. This is a 6-inch long Slim Jim.
It's 1 inch. It's 1 inch.
I don't know if that's true, Robbie. I think it's 1.5 inches for sure.
This 12-inch cookie.
Oh, yeah, it's totally a Slim Jim.
That's amazing. All right.
This is the difference between American and Japanese portioning.
Because they'll say that's one serving.
Yes, but a Slim Jim here is 18 inches long. That's the difference.
All right. Here's your toothpick. We'll do this all formal. No. I serve you. But you have to take the toothpick.
I can't get the toothpick out of there.
Yeah, you can. I believe in you.
Without.
Don't knock it on the floor though.
I know. I'm trying.
Careful.
I'm trying not to.
All right. I'll stick your toothpick in the candy. They're hard candies.
Oh, it's way harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
this is the worst show we've ever done in our lives.
All right, I'll try it. These are terrible.
Oh, I like these.
You can have them.
Absolutely.
Is it gum?
No.
No? You can swallow it?
I mean, you can swallow gum too, Robbie. It just takes 7 years to pass through your digestive system.
Actually, it's flavorful. That's pretty good.
Yeah, these are good.
And thank you for letting me know that I can swallow.
Robbie.
Friendly reminder that this podcast about swallowing candy is brought to you by Factory Fabrication.
Booney likes food.
Booney loves food. I don't know about Japanese candy, but he does love food.
There is at least one thing on this table he would have enjoyed.
Oh, without a doubt.
He would have liked the Slim Jim.
Actually, I'll be offended if a lot of this stuff leaves. I want it. I love Japanese candy, actually.
Well, I'm going to take some of this.
Fine. We can split it. I'll arm wrestle you for...
Well, we can leave some of it for other weeks. This looks like ramen.
I like ramen.
Look at that. That's ramen. This one has the English word Christmas on it.
It does. Yeah, this is like the dry noodles that you put on the top of your...
That's what that is, too.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, it's ramen. Does it come with a flavor packet? Weird. Anyways,
what's going on there?
I thought we were done with this.
Are we ever going to be done with this?
These are like, in America they have the candies where you make the burger.
Yeah, but that's sushi.
It's sushi.
Yeah,
it's candy sushi.
Yeah, that's all you, Robbie.
It's. I can't read Japanese.
No,
it's this plus this equals this, and it's a sushi.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, you can be a sushi chef.
The red ones are cherry, the orange ones are orange, and the yellow ones are banana.
Well, I like banana flavors.
No, Adam, it tastes like
here,
sushi.
Chocolate chip cookie. It says it right on it.
Cocoa, country ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
all right.
It says chocolate chip right on it.
Factory Fabrication for all your fabrication needs. If you want to get caged or railed, if you want to talk about Japanese candy, give Booney a call. Factory Fabrication. FactoryFabrication.com.
Dream it. We'll make it.
They will.
They got all kinds of crazy stuff going on in there.
Oh, always.
It's the first time I've been in there in a while. Just kind of like walking around looking at stuff.
I'm always surprised.
I can't even tell what 3/4 of it is.
I'm always surprised how big
cool.
the projects are, too.
They do some big stuff, yeah.
Yep.
Cool place.
So, yeah. I mean, whether it's something as small as a table or a chair or something as big as an entire spiral staircase for your mansion, they'll hook you up.
They could make you a display shelf for your Japanese snacks.
Yeah, or your trophies for all of your things that you win.
Yeah.
I don't know. We only have one here, but that's...
We didn't even really win.
Nah, we were there.
I mean, we were there, but we were not...
We had nothing to do with that. We were not the best dressed.
We were not the best dressed at Midwest Fest in 2021.
No, but we were certainly there.
We were...
that was the last one I was at.
We were the...
Oh, here. Would you like a cigarette?
Yeah, actually, I would. That sounds great. I'm going to find you some candy cigarettes now. You have to go to sketch-ass gas stations.
There's one by work that's a sketch-ass gas station. They for sure.
And they're always on the bottom row.
Yep.
In the candy aisle.
Right in front of the
they're like 50 cents a box.
Yeah.
And every time I see them, I buy 2 or 3 boxes.
Basically,
and I just eat them.
Basically, if the gas station has bars on the front.
Well, I go to small town sketchy gas stations.
Oh.
So they don't have bars because.
Yeah. And they gotta
it's just an average gas station in a city.
Yeah.
Robbie, what have you been doing?
Lots of stuff.
Is that really the list of things you've done to your car?
Yes.
That's insane.
I told you I wasn't lying.
Holy crap.
I've been working in silence. Hold on. I swear to God. This is the worst podcast ever.
They're really good, though.
This is delicious. This is way better than American cigarettes.
The candy cigarettes?
Yeah, these are way better.
No way, dude.
No, these are good.
They are good. Ugh.
It's not sour.
It's pretty
Relax, bro.
Ah,
We have very strong definitions of...
we're different people, Robbie.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
it's good, though. I enjoyed it. Thanks, James, I guess.
Yeah, James from... Why is he sending us Asian candy?
I don't know. There's still a joke in there. Like, he still can't be serious about it.
There's got to be like one thing that's a trap, right? Like
I was for sure it was this fucking meat stick,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
but it wasn't.
I'll let him know that Jess says thank you for the jelly.
Robbie!
What?
Oh, my God. This is a family podcast.
No, it's not. The only reason we're not on Patreon is because we don't take the time to do it.
Oh, that's
This is
amazing.
a free podcast.
That's amazing.
I will talk about it I will share openly
Jess
whether it's
says
a
thank
whether it's
you.
a
You are
Patreon podcast or a regular podcast.
You are
I
a
will-
depraved lunatic.
kink shamer.
I never.
I'm feeling it right now.
I'm just pointing out facts, Robbie.
All right. Well,
I'm proud of your depravity.
Thank you.
Don't shake your jelly stick at me, okay? Don't just no.
You know what? If you're not a little bit of a deviant, that's on you. Should never feel bad about the things that you enjoy, Adam.
Let's talk about your car.
No, I don't want. I want to talk about sex now.
I don't want to talk about that at all, Robbie. We're not talking about that.
That's the podcast I want, though.
Well,
I want the Jason Ellis show. I
you're
don't
with
want to
the wrong
I don't want to talk about cars.
host.
I want this to be the 1010's podcast moving forward is going to be Jason Ellis show meets the Pornhub podcast. No more cars. We're done.
With food.
With food.
We're gonna make chicken fried rice.
That sounds amazing. All right, so I've been doing stuff.
Yeah,
All right, so I've obviously been working kind of in silence. I have not.
weird.
I have
That's not like you.
Usually I do updates. I don't know if it was just the way the season went
Okay.
and by that I mean poorly.
No, that's not the season. I don't know. We must have had different seasons, Robbie.
Yeah, and I mean it wasn't like people were shitty on the internet
No.
but like for whatever reason I just kind of
You didn't have good luck this year.
No, it was a really bad year. And I just kind of like went into the off season just kind of like I'm just going to put my nose down.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to work. No one needs to know what the fuck I'm doing. No one cares. Like not like a negative way. I'm just like nobody cares. Get back to work. Whatever.
I think you read that sign on your wall too many times, Robbie.
It's still on the wall.
I know it is, and I think you've read it too many times.
All right, so those that haven't
Because-
been in my shop.
Because that's not true.
All right, so
People do care.
nobody cares.
That's why they fucking
Well,
listen
you-
to this garbage, Robbie.
They listen for this. They came here for the food. No, it's from. I can't remember where it came from, but like Lamar Jackson, the football player, had a shirt that said it. And basically, it just says, "Nobody cares. Work harder." And basically, it's talking about excuses. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody
Right.
cares why your season sucks.
Right,
Nobody
but that's not how you take it.
It is. It's absolutely how I take it. But,
Okay,
like,
maybe, but that's not how you use it a lot.
I'll give you that. But yeah, the
You're
longest
just like, nobody fucking cares about me. I'm the sad guy on Adam's dash when it's 4 degrees outside.
I wouldn't go that far, but I definitely take that like I nobody cares about your excuses. Get your ass back to work. So for whatever reason, I just kind of walked into the season going, I'm just going to get to work and I'm just going to post the car when it's fucking done.
Okay.
And honestly, I've kind of stuck to it. I've
For the
posted,
most part.
like 4 pictures since October, I think, of the
Yep.
actual car. So here's a list of the things that I did.
That's a long list because that's not large font, and that's the entire
Size
page.
it's size 12. I guess there's a couple missing, but there's 29 bullet points. And honestly, they're not insignificant things.
Some of them are quite significant.
Yeah.
changes.
So
let's kind of start going through it, and I got some pictures to go with a few of them, and some things
we
to
can
say.
breeze through, and some
Yeah.
of them I got some questions.
All right, so
And I bet there's a bunch of them on there I didn't even know
and there's
about.
probably a couple of things in here I missed, but so
And it's also changing every day, apparently.
yeah, it's a working document.
Because apparently since I've gotten here, that list has changed.
Oh, yeah, that's not on here yet, and neither.
No, you don't say.
And,
Robbie.
and neither.
That's because it happened 30 seconds before we clicked the record button.
Hey, you know what? This might have gotten away from me. Especially for a car, that's my number 2 focus.
I think that is the GLTC slogan.
Yeah.
This may have gotten away from me.
That's where it came from. When Scott Tucker, or when Jeff Braun was talking about Scott Tucker, talking about his racing.
Oh, yeah,
That stuck out to me this week. I was like, yeah, I can relate. Not to that level, but I can relate.
I mean, it's not to that level, but it's
The budget-wise, maybe.
like when you look at it as in a
money spent
per
versus,
capita?
Yeah, I think that's
in a per capita form,
similar.
it's probably not that different.
All right, so number 1, I replaced the castle nuts and lock washers on my rear axles. So I learned that when you go to the 370Z rear axles and rear hubs on the 350Z, the links are slightly different. So what happens is if you use
Not the GTR ones, though, Robbie. We learned that.
the GTR ones are the same?
They don't work.
Oh, they don't work. No, they don't work on the front.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the rears are fine.
E-man.
Thanks. Oh, don't worry, he's in here too. So what happens is the axles are the spindle or the threaded part of the axle is slightly longer, and for
On
the Z or the 370.
the 370s? Okay.
So you actually end up, if you use the OEM castle nut and lock washer, you end up threading it in too far, and then the actual locking pin doesn't do anything, so it'll basically unthread itself.
Oh,
and be
because it doesn't
loose.
catch in the castle part of the nut?
Yep.
Okay.
So it'll end up being loose. After Topeka, I got home, I was like, what the fuck? And I looked, and like both of them were loose, and I had play in my axles. I was able to go through the weekend, didn't have any problems, but I looked into it, I was like, that's not good.
Right.
So what people are doing is they'll take the M24, whatever size that thread is. Kawasaki has this castle nut that they use on one of their whatever's it is. And so they're not cheap by any stretch.
That's
so you
annoying.
so you get 2 castle nuts, and then you get 6 of the lock washers. So you put 3 washers on each side, then you get these castle nuts, and it puts it in like the perfect position. So I did that. That's like the upgrade.
Okay.
So, something minor, but
That's probably a reliability upgrade, though.
it should prevent all the loosening and play.
Like you said, eventually it'll catch, so it can't fall apart.
Right.
But play is still not good.
Well, I was like, well, did I not torque them right?
Right.
Should I have put Loctite on it? And like, no, you don't want to put Loctite on it.
No.
So I looked into it and just
Why
like,
is a castle nut?
I mean, because the torque spec's like nothing. Like you don't really torque them in there.
Oh, really?
Like it's been months. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's not a high number.
Shockingly low, considering what
it's
it
less.
does.
It's less than what you think it is because it basically just gets to where it's supposed to be, holds itself in place,
Snug itself in a little
and
bit,
then you lock
that
it.
clip in.
Yep.
Okay.
So I can't remember off the top of my head what the number is. Obviously, 'cause I only did it once.
Right.
Twice.
Twice now.
Then the biggest change was that I replaced my Fortune 500 coilovers with Fortune 500 520 CRs.
Well, you upgraded.
I did upgrade them. They're not replacements. So
They're the original ones.
yes. So after the season was over, and I realized that when I put the Professional Awesome bump stops into my 500s, and then put it right back to the same height that I had before, that it looked great before I put the car on the ground, and then I basically
Was riding on the
bump stops
after compression from weight,
for the entire Topeka event,
which explains why the car felt so skittery.
Yeah, it tried to bounce me off track the whole time.
Right.
Like I went out because obviously we fought with the transmission to replace that.
Yeah.
And then I got on track, and the first I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah, this car just doesn't feel right.
nothing feels right. And I was like, "All right, we'll loosen up. We'll go softer for the next race." And I went soft, and I didn't feel any different. And then for the fun race on Sunday, I went something's let's just do something dramatic. Let's just go all the way soft. Let's see if I even feel a difference. And I didn't. And then when I reached out to Devin from Fortune Auto, I'm just kind of like gauging on what I wanted to do. And he had me send pictures, and it was just like, as soon as I took pictures of it, I was like, I am sitting on the bump stops. So then we added some travel. We got the right Swift springs for the weight of the car, and then he didn't talk me into it, but like we kind of talked about options, what would make sense, to go the direction I want to go, and taking the 500s that I had on it, you can upgrade them with Fortune. You can go to 510s, you can go to 520s, which is their new non-remote reservoir two-way.
Yep.
And then you can go to the Dreadnought two-ways or the Dreadnought three-ways.
So I use basically the same shock body.
Basically, yeah. And it's real hard to talk me out of the three-way, Nothing? You're just not... Oh, whatever.
I'm not.
You know what?
We're done with your...
Boo!
For this show.
All right, whatever. All right, so talk me into a two-way. But they're... I mean, I'm beyond excited about this.
I am too. Because I remember... early podcast days when you were like, my Megans are fine. You just got to run them stiff. They're fine.
They're fine.
And then I was excited because I knew this had better coilovers on it when you bought the Z. And I was excited for you to maybe get a chance to kind of realize how much better you could have been.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And now this, I feel like you've come a long way as a driver and as a wrencher.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that you'll be like, holy fuck, this is crazy.
Yeah, I think I'll notice a dramatic difference.
I think it's going to
I still will say that I'm still impressed with the dollar per quality of the Megans that I had. I'm not going to say they can hold a candle
right.
to
So I
these.
think they're fine for
what they were.
For
how cheap they were.
Yeah. But I mean, they're not going to be a competitive.
No.
You're not going to be able to put them on a
absolutely,
competitive.
Absolutely not. But for what they were, for a track car, I was happy with them for what they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, so going to the 520 CRs,
I'm excited
pumped
about this. It's going to be great.
Yep. So I got the Helper springs, I got the Swift springs, 16K front, 7K rear.
These are special, above and beyond the fact that they're
So they're the Grid Life 1-of-1 editions that that Josh won when he had the car.
Yep.
And that came with the car.
Yep.
So we upgraded them. So I'm the only one that has this color scheme.
They're Grid Life editions.
Pretty awesome.
Do they say Grid Life on them anymore?
They did. They don't anymore. That
had to be taken
They had to be
off.
removed when they did the machining.
Damn it.
I know. I was kind of disappointed, but
Damn it.
beyond excited to be running these cars.
Super cool.
Yep.
For sure. Pro tip, although I'm sure Fortune's probably thought of this better, make sure that nothing contacts your remote reservoir in full suspension travel.
Yep.
Found that out the hard way on the Omni, which I can't blame BC for because I put the coilovers that I put on my car are not designed for my car.
Right.
So that's not really their fault.
Nope. I put a lot of thought into orienting them. I'm like, this is where I want it. It was on and off. Well, it was funny because I had it on and I was happy with it. And then I was like, wait a second, I'm not happy with it. And I took them all off and did it again. And then okay, now I'm happy with it. Everything is where I want them. So now I just need to corner balance it, get the ride height, all that stuff. So it's together on the ground. I just haven't gone back to do the actual setup.
Do you think you're going to run these any differently than you had before? Ride height wise or anything like that? Or do you think you're where you had it was working well?
I'm going to revisit it, but I don't think I'm going to have anything dramatically different with ride height, and we'll kind of get there later. But it's there's a few things that might change that. But in general, I might maybe a little bit taller in the front, I think, is kind of where I'm going to start. And then balance the back a little bit. So I think it'll be maybe a slight bit taller, but barely.
Okay.
So I don't know. I was pretty happy with the actual overall height. So again, that's where we'll start.
Okay.
Next.
What sorts of crazy shit did you do?
I replaced my APR wing with a 9 Lives racing wing. Used my existing mount points and the 9 Lives universal pylons. I made my own end plates out of carbon fiber. So I bought. Obviously, I told the story.
Yep.
Where I
stole it from a listener.
I sniped it from a listener on the clearance auction on 9 Lives.
Yep.
And then it just needed to have the mounts moved a little bit to work perfectly for the car. So I cut them off. Took my time so they could be reused. Dropped it over at Factor Fab. Max welded it up. Dropped it over at Tony Morrow. Had it powder coated.
So what? Can you tell me what color it is?
No, it's not your goddamn business.
Oh, okay. So it matches the livery, is what you're telling me.
Probably, yeah.
It goes with.
Yeah, probably.
It's color coordinated.
Could be any color.
Fuck you, Robbie. I got here before you did tonight.
You were barely.
And for a brief second, I thought, how funny would it be if I was just standing over there with my phone flashlight against your window when you rolled in the driveway? Like, I wouldn't actually look because I'll play along. But it would have been funny to do that. Or maybe I've already seen it.
I figured you probably did.
Maybe I've already seen it.
You don't know.
Because E-Man's a fucking jerk.
Why?
To you.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Maybe I've already seen it, Robbie.
He said you hadn't seen it.
Just because my name didn't pop up on the story doesn't mean I didn't see the story, Robbie. I have spies everywhere, Robbie. People listen to this show, Robbie.
Nobody cares, Adam.
That's not true, Robbie. Maybe I have, or maybe I haven't.
Maybe he's good at Photoshop. I don't know.
That I know isn't true.
That's fair. Next on the list, I replaced my battery with an anti-gravity battery. And then I 3D printed a holder for it.
Who 3D printed it? You have a 3D printer?
We have one at work.
Oh, okay.
And they were encouraging people to use them.
The plastic ones, not
yeah,
the cool
yeah,
ones.
not the metal ones,
not the cool ones.
I use the metal ones for my work things, but like
right.
when we first got the plastic ones, they wanted people to learn how to use them. They're like, well, you can do
stuff,
personal stuff on them too. So you don't feel like it has to be work stuff. We want people to learn.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, yeah, it's like $2 worth of plastic. So
I suppose you're not wrong about that.
Yep. So there was a Friday that I threw it on there, and it didn't get done until like 7 p.m. So I ran into work and grabbed it after work, and so yeah, it goes in the same spot the other battery was, but it weighs like I think 30 pounds less.
I'm pretty sure that's fish jerky, Robbie.
I want it. I'll eat though. So yeah, anti-gravity battery.
Every time I look at this pile of stuff in front of us, I see something new.
Yeah. Food podcast.
Fucking James.
Next up, I replaced the crossmember brace with an FDF race shop brace. Mine was kind of gross.
Was it a factory part?
Factory part.
Okay.
So basically,
so is this one lighter and better?
It's supposed to be stronger, 10 pounds lighter.
Oh damn!
And then it all the other one's just like a big like steel piece that goes across that connects the.
It's big iron. Weighs like 95 pounds.
So it has 2 mounting points on the chassis, and then it basically, what's the word I'm looking for?
Is it trans or engine?
It's a crossmember brace, so it has like part of the suspension goes through it, and then it holds.
Is this up front?
On the front, yeah. So it's right. It's.
Excuse me.
I wish I had a picture.
Let's go look at it real quick.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Come on, Robbie.
Here, I'll pull it.
I'm very interested in this crossmember. I need to see it with my eyes, Robbie. This doesn't. No, don't Google it. That doesn't count, Robbie. Let's go look at it real quick. It's funny that was in your search history. It's like you've looked for this before.
All right, so it's this.
Switch to the next picture. It's installed there.
So it. God damn it. Yeah, so it connects under the.
Okay.
But what's convenient about it is that you can take that middle section out. So if you're doing like anything to the steering rack or the transmission, the entire the brace.
So when you're replacing the transmission at the racetrack,
yeah,
you can take that out with a couple of bolts, and it's out of your life.
Totally out of the way.
What a convenient and brilliant.
And you can get access to like bolts that were a gigantic pain in the ass with the other crossmember brace was there.
And now, Robbie, now that you've done that and you have the ability to remove it easily,
won't ever do it again.
You won't ever have to do it again.
Actually, I did. We'll get
at the racetrack.
At the racetrack. Yeah, so I got that taken care of.
Is that powder coated blue? Is that hot boy shit underneath the car that you'll never see? Because I see that's an option.
Yeah, of course.
So did you do that?
Yeah.
You have to pay extra for signature required.
Yeah, I live in the country, so I would never do that. Actually, I was super annoyed because
that's crazy.
Some of the parts that I bought, maybe not super annoyed, but like it's like Fortune cared about their coilovers, so they wanted signature required. So I had to go and like I knew no one was going to be home because Jess was at work, so I had them drop it off at a pickup location. So I had to go out of my way to pick them up.
Pro tip for you
What's up?
and literally nobody else.
Yes.
If it's FedEx and you need it picked up, I'm literally a block away from it at work.
There's one like
the distro center.
Oh, I was going to
Like
say the
distro center.
the one on University isn't
is
exactly
a block
out of the
away
way
from my work.
I did have to go there one time for the AEM computer, though.
Yeah, so if you ever have something held, I can go pick it up for you.
Okay. And then I can get it like 3 weeks later when I see you again.
Sure. I mean, I was trying to come up with a reasonable argument for that, but you're not wrong. So I was like, well, yeah, that's probably true.
Next on the list, I fixed the fuel gauges by replacing the senders in each of the saddle tank. As you know, that's a failure that happens constantly on the 350Zs.
And lots of other cars with saddle tanks.
Yep. So basically what Nissan does is they have two senders, and both senders will fail, but one or the other will fail too. Either way. So that signal gets like combined, and then that goes to the gauge. So it never works.
So if one doesn't work, the whole thing's fucked.
Yeah. So I never had a fuel gauge that worked. So then I added, I think they're Autometer or Equus. I think it was Equus. I think I added Equus gauges. So I have a sender for each saddle. It's not the best way to do this, but so now I know exactly how full the left side is versus the right side, and I have two gauges, and they fucking work. That's all I care about.
It is what it is.
So if I have to do a little bit of math, it's not that hard. But I tried two different ones. I got on the passenger side where everything feeds to for the pump. So I have the anti-starvation kit, so it basically pumps the left side into the right side bucket. So the right side's almost always full. So on that side, I tried the Tanks Inc. Floatless one. I wanted to give that a try. And then on the driver's side, I have the Radium Engineering floated one. So I'm just kind of basically testing them both out because I didn't want to get two of the same and then be like, I hate them.
Okay.
So
do you think you'll end up with the same eventually?
Maybe if one fails, then I know that I wanted the other one, or if one is clearly inaccurate.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be the case, but this at least I
don't know that I've ever heard anybody say anything unhappy about Radium stuff.
No. And I think the Tanks Inc. stuff's pretty good, and it's local, so I figured I'd give them a try.
Oh, okay.
And they were almost the same price, so I was like, well, at least this way I know.
Yeah.
I replaced the bushings on the front lower control arm with GKX sphericals. We noticed that at Topeka. I mean, they had sphericals before, but one of them had worn out, so it was kind of loose in there.
Yeah, those are a wear item.
Yep. So we noticed that at Topeka that it was kind of loose, so I replaced that. Now it's not loose anymore. All good. I replaced the OEM sway bars with white line adjustable sway bars.
That still had OEM sway bars on it.
did.
Huh? That surprises me.
Yep. So those got replaced. More things to adjust and
Get wrong.
fine tune.
Get wrong.
No, I don't think so. I'll be all right. It just gives me more things to
Get wrong.
No, I'll get it right. You got to learn, Adam.
I mean, you're not wrong about that, but
More pictures. I fixed my CDO9, and I added the GK Tech solid bushings to the shifter bracket.
CDO9 was the one you had in it originally,
Correct,
right? And you bought a 1?
CDO1.
Okay.
I have not rebuilt the CDO1 yet.
Okay.
That's just sitting there.
Oh, because that was quite the story on the 009.
Yep. So the CDO9, I took it apart, realized that what had happened is on the top there's like this oil galley plastic piece that you basically set in. So when you're putting the transmission back together, you just set it in there and like its little crevice or whatever, and it has a little hook on it and it stays there. And I must have bumped it or whatever when I put it back together and broke that little tab.
Oh, because you've been in there before?
I rebuilt it last year because I had bad synchros.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So put it back together, and it ran fine for a couple of events.
Yeah.
I did Brainerd in it and all of PPIR in it. No
Is that
problem.
all you did last year
Yeah.
with that car?
Unless I did I do something in the spring? I don't
Did
think
you
I
only
did.
do one TT event with it last year?
Yeah, just Brainerd.
Okay.
So then, but then we got to Topeka, and I couldn't, like, third gear was gone. Like, I couldn't get it into gear.
Right.
So when I got home, pulled it apart, and realized that plastic piece had fallen out of its track, got ground up in all the gears, and just like all the plastic little tiny bits got stuck between all the teeth. So it wouldn't let the synchros wouldn't move, so it wouldn't put itself into third gear. So like I pulled it all apart and just like took a pick and like pulled all the little plastic bits out of every little nook and cranny I possibly could, and
so
then I call Nissan and say, hey,
how long till you feel like you got them all out of there?
I feel like I already got it.
You're certain?
I can shift through all the gears now. I feel like I've gone through it like with a fine tooth comb. I've played a pick, and I spent an entire fucking afternoon doing it.
Well, I get that, but I feel like when I'm done with that and I put it back together, it's always going to be in the back of my head like there's a fucking piece in there somewhere.
Yeah. But the thing was, they don't make that style of galley anymore. They went to the newer style, like the CDO-A's have.
Okay.
And it's in a completely.
I assume it doesn't work.
It does. You have to do a little bit of modifying. Like you basically need to change the little baffle plate thing on the bottom, or modify the one that's in there.
Okay.
And other than that, it bolts right in. So
there is an option.
Yeah. So I called up Nissan, said I needed the older style, and they didn't. Not a thing. It's discontinued. So then I looked into it and like, okay, well I could get the newer style. Called them back, newer style. Actually, no, it was before I called them. So I ordered it out of Nissan whatever, and it was going to ship from Florida because they said they had it at their Nissan dealership in Florida. It was going to ship to me $40. I was like, well, that fucking sucks. It's a $40 piece of plastic. So, okay, fine. They call me the next day. They don't have it. The warehouse doesn't have it. All right, so I search online. Can't find it. Call the place in Des Moines. They're like, yeah, I think we can get it. Be a little back ordered. Be $90.
Oh,
I was like, what do you mean? Your website says 50. Like if I ordered it online right now, it'll be 50. I was like, okay, I was like, whatever. And I left it at that. And never called them back. They never called me back until honestly, 3 weeks ago, to let me know that it had finally come in. And this is back in November.
Oh, really?
Yep. So
I didn't know that.
So I didn't even realize they had ordered it. Because
Okay.
I had never told them to, and I had no intention of picking it up. I wasn't going to pay $90 for it.
No, that's dumb.
So I found this website, a Japanese website that's, I don't even know what to compare it to. They sell a bunch of OEM odds and ends, weird car parts that you can't find anywhere else. They have a warehouse in Australia and a warehouse in Japan. And it's not just like I order it and they take my credit card information and they send it. I order it. Somebody from Japan emails me with the information on what the timeline it takes to get it, the final shipping cost, and we go back and forth. Then I pay for it.
Okay.
So the little oil galley, $11.
Oh my god.
I was like, I'll take two. Because I don't know what it's gonna be like when I get inside the other transmission.
Is that the same one?
It'll be the old style too. But if I have to, I'll pay the $11.
Yeah.
So that bumped when I went from 1 to 2. It bumped the shipping to $40. I was like, no, forget it. And plus the other one was they had one in stock. The other one was back ordered.
Oh,
so I was like, forget it. Just send one. And I still ended up paying way too much for shipping. It wasn't 40, but it was I think it was 20 for a $11 piece of plastic.
yeah. Well,
But it showed up, and it was an actual Nissan branded piece that was not part of the Nissan warehouse distribution. So
so they don't know it exists.
Nissan couldn't get it
Right.
because this place was the only place that I knew in the world that had one.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it took 3 weeks because I had to go from Japan through customs
Yeah.
and then get to my house.
Yeah.
And then I got it all back together.
That's crazy, Robbie.
It was kind of like when that shaft was bent and I couldn't
Yeah,
get
that
on.
was bullshit, too.
That was a $28 fix.
That was bullshit, too.
All right, so the transmission. Replace the transmission mount with a GK Tech solid mount because I like things being rattly and noisy.
It's a race car.
Yep.
In VH.
So literally every mount in the car is solid. There's no poly anything.
That's so awesome.
Engine mount solid. Transmission mount solid. Bushings for the diff for the subframe, all that shit.
So
solid.
did the NPO one kind of ruin you for that?
What do you mean?
Because that car is
Solid.
insane compared to a street car. Like when you walk up, if you grab the wing and try and shake the car back and forth, like a car would,
Yeah,
a normal
body
car
roll
moves and stuff. And the NPO one's just you get a little tire wiggle and that's it.
Yeah.
So
Which is funny though, because at Sebring, everyone complains about how bumpy it is. The MCSs on the NPO one absorbed them like you wouldn't
because
believe.
they're MCSs.
Well, yeah, because they're fucking amazing.
They're fuck off all kinds of money.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But driving a car like that where you realize how little compliance it has over a street car make you want that in the Z.
Yes, absolutely.
And so that's why you've done those sort of things.
Well, I mean, it's halfway there anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like the mount that was in there was semi-solid.
Right.
The engine mounts I had originally were... I had stock, and I knew that wasn't going to work. I'm like, well, if I'm going to spend $100 on engine mounts...
Just we'll buy the solid ones and be done
Yeah,
with it.
the polys are the same price as the solids.
Yeah.
It's a caged race car. We're
This
good.
isn't a street car, so who cares?
Everything's solid. Aluminum, everything. Everything's
Fuck it.
Everything's solid aluminum. Next, I replaced the driver door and fixed the quarter panel from the body work that Wes, where he aggressively hit me.
Right?
Then
I like how that story's changed so dramatically to the point where now it's Wes fucking hit me. Aggressively. Came out of fucking nowhere.
Went out of his way.
Yeah, came out from behind.
Oh yeah.
That's the story we're going to roll with.
Oh yeah. No dive bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right into there.
Like it was just me and him. Like
Yeah.
he intentionally hit me. There was no one else involved.
I'm pretty sure the checkered flag had already flown, even.
It did.
The race was over.
Ridiculous.
Just out of control.
And then next, I fixed the bodywork on the A-pillar frame, where E-Man haphazardly opened my door and then broke it.
Yeah.
Right after I replaced it.
I remember that vividly.
Yeah, so you see how much body damage is not my fault. And then I had to fix the damaged bodywork on the front bumper where Dalton damaged it.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, because Dalton pushed your car off the trailer.
Off the trailer.
Right
yeah.
off the trailer.
He's like, you're good. And I wasn't.
He knew.
He was it. But while I was in there, so I really contemplated just replacing it. It was trashed.
The bumper?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
it's a fiberglass Duluck bumper.
It's not a cheap one.
When this was purchased, when it was new years ago, it's a $1,200 bumper.
So stupid.
It's outrageous.
It's crazy.
And I've taken a death wheel to it many times now. The first time it bothered me. The second time I don't care anymore.
The hot boy and Robbie was like, "Man, I'm cutting up a Duluck bumper. This is."
I actually posted on the Nissan 350Z for sale group, and I'm like, I realized this is before I really trashed it. Like before I cut the bottom lip off of it, or the first time.
Yeah.
I posted on the group and said, "Hey, I realize it's not in great shape, but this is an authentic Duluck,
And I'm about to cut.
and
this
I am
fucker
going to
up.
cut it up.
Does somebody want to buy it?
If anyone wants to make a deal on it, let's do it. I will. I don't need to have this bumper.
I kind of feel bad about this.
Yep. And a couple of people just kind of like, well, whatever. It's trashed anyways. And like, fuck it then. Death wheel.
Because
you did this.
Because that's it's got like a longer nose almost.
Yeah, it does.
Than the stock bumper.
Oh yeah,
and then originally it had sort of a splitter.
It does. Yeah.
A splitter in the same way that like an S2000 CR
Yep.
bumper would have.
Yep. I still have that piece. It's sitting on a shelf, but
You can cut it out and
I
just.
just didn't feel I didn't feel right throwing it away. But what I did was
Well, now that you have a full splitter on there, couldn't you just put it back on as part of the splitter?
Oh God, it was so much work.
Oh.
But what I did was that I had like those plastic pieces to cover everything to kind of make an air dam. So I took those away and I fixed all the damage, and then I added mesh in the front to keep rocks from hitting my radiator and stuff. So I opened it up a little bit more to compensate for the restricted airflow from the mesh.
Right.
And then I added it. It's like, you know how I had that duct from the brake line to the intake just to get fresh air to it?
Yep.
I added a NACA duct, so it's actually like it fits the profile of the bumper a little bit better. Actually, probably does a little bit more.
So fancy, Robbie.
That $22 NACA duct.
Is it carbon fiber?
No, it's just plastic.
Damn it, Robbie.
I wasn't gonna pay like top dollar for.
You could get NASCAR ones on eBay.
They weren't the right size. Trust me.
Oh, I'm sure you've checked.
Trust me.
Between the fact that it's on eBay and carbon fiber, I'm sure you looked at it.
I talked myself
More
out of
than
it
once.
because I was like, the sizes aren't right. I'm going to force it, and I'm not going to be happy with it. And the NACA duct just works. Like, it's the right size. It's the right profile already. I was just like, I'm going to continue with the thought process of getting fresh air to the intakes. It's not an uncommon mod for this engine.
Yeah.
So I was like, we'll make an NACA duct, and we'll go with it. And if it doesn't do what I want it to do, we can always fill it back in. And then I added, in the front where it's got kind of like the cutouts, I cut all the material to the face of it, basically, and then I added plastic, like ABS plates on the backside, and then now I have ports for my brake ducts, so that I got air going straight to the. Here, hold on. Item 17. I added brake air deflectors from a Porsche GT3.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
So I got brake deflectors that point the air right to my calipers.
Right.
So so from the bumper, the ducts aim straight to those, and those go straight to the calipers.
Were you sitting there with like a hairdryer?
I didn't go that far, but like I have eyes that work, so I can see.
Are you sure though?
We'll find out, I guess. Where'd I go? Oh, item 14. I fixed the bodywork on the hatch where I modified it because for whatever reason, when Josh had it, I don't know what wing he had on it originally. He had a really big wing on it, but like the mounts aren't parallel to the car. They were like at an angle.
Okay.
And so I assume it just it matched up to his wing. And so when I had the APR, I just had like a 90-degree plate.
Yeah,
and it sat flat on it.
I remember that.
And I didn't bother with straightening them out. So I made them parallel with the car so that it lined up perpendicular to the wing, so it could, the mounts just worked. So I had to kind of cut out the hatch a little bit to make that work.
Okay.
So then I just cleaned it up and added the bodywork back to it. I powder coated all the vents and the wang and the crossmember brace. Hot boy things.
Yeah.
I added a quick detach splitter and air dam.
From Pro Awesome?
Yes, I used the Pro Awesome quick mounts, and then
Are they awesome?
Yeah, they're pretty damn good.
Are they pretty cool?
Last weekend is when I built it.
Okay.
So then I painted the splitter, and I haven't like reassembled it, put it all back together. But it's pretty damn awesome.
Cool.
I think what I'm going to do is, so I have it so that the disconnect like latch or whatever is on the inside. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add string to it so that it kind of has like a spot right. So like when I drop the front of the splitter down, I can just reach in and pull them. So that's my thought is right now on how to make this like way fast.
Yeah.
But the mounts are on quick pins, and so the whole thing just.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty happy with
Those are cool.
how well that went together.
They look like really neat pieces.
Yeah, the latches that they sell are worth every penny in my opinion. And then I didn't use their splitters rods. They didn't have what I was looking for exactly.
Yeah.
So I bought this other brand, and theirs were like solid pinned. So I just replaced all those pins with quick pins, so I can disconnect it when I want.
Right.
Where was I? Oh, this was another one that was just kind of like snuck up on me and
Got out of control.
Wasn't planning on it, but kind of got out of control. So like, I moved the gauges in front of my steering wheel forward and up, so I could see them from my driving position.
What a concept, Rob.
Right. So when I went to my Momo steering wheel, I honestly wish I would have taken a picture because I couldn't see.
Couldn't have been more in the way.
Oh, so basically, what would happen is in the OEM steering wheel, you can see right through the center of it. You can see all the gauges, obviously, just like any other car.
Yep.
Then you switch to a racing steering wheel because like the gauges are on the column, so they don't move at all. Like they're so like it can go up and down with.
So they move with the wheel.
Yes,
I remember that now. Yeah. Okay.
So what the wheel would basically cover. So the RPM gauge is in the middle. It would cover everything from 2,000 RPM to 6,000 RPM with the wheel. So like if I'm sitting,
so
in my
you can
seat,
see it when you're idling and when you're well past red line.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. No. If I can see the needle,
There's a
I'm about to hit the fuel limit. That's where I was at.
Okay.
And then obviously on the right side, it would cut off the entire speedometer, which didn't work anyways because I removed the OEM ABS. And then on the left,
that was what used to be there.
yes, and then on the left side,
Okay.
it would cut off the top third
Of the temp gauge.
of my temp gauge, which is really the top part that I want to see.
Which is where you are in the race.
Yeah, it doesn't. I did a pretty good job of like ducting, and like I have a decent radiator, and like I really don't have that problem. But like,
If you do, you want to know it.
If it's creeping up, I have to kind of like duck down and go like, okay, I'm not really okay. Well, because like if it's normal, I can see it. But if it's starting to creep up, it's creeping up out of my vision, and that's when I know there's a problem. So I made a bracket that basically used all of the same hookups, but I moved it like, I don't know, 4 inches back and then up onto the brace part that we welded in across that the column's now attached to.
Yep, for the cage.
Yep. So then I just cut out the dash to make it fit, and then I just bolted it in there.
So now, I guess the column doesn't move, I assume, anymore, right?
No, it's rigid now. It's where I want it.
But if it did, the gauge cluster is no longer attached to it.
I mean, it is because you can see that it has maybe an inch of play, but it's like the quick loosen and tightening piece broke. So now it's just like a rock solid bolt.
Okay.
It's exactly where I want it. But so, I mean, I could have like maybe an inch of play, and it is attached to that piece still, but
okay,
not much. And then I added an AEM GPS speedometer. So
is that what that is?
Yeah. So I took. Okay. So where on the right side of a 350Z, it is the speedometer, and when you take the ABS away, it does not give you speed anymore.
Oh.
So I've never had speed. I bet 350Z has never had a speedometer that worked.
Oh.
As far as I've had it. But AEM sells it's a 2.5-inch gauge. It's digital. It gives you a readout of the speed in miles per hour or kilometers. It also has a gauge that tells you. I think it tops out like 160. It's got a 10 hertz GPS sensor. It's like almost the exact same setup we have in the NPO1. Obviously, we don't have the gauge, but we have the same sensor setup.
Uh-huh.
So you just set it on your dash. It takes a few seconds to find the GPS, and it's
cool.
Supposed to be pretty accurate.
Well, 10 hertz is what's in Apex Pro and
right.
AIM and all that stuff.
Yep. So now I will at least be able to have an idea of how fast I'm going.
Well, that'll be a nice change.
Yep. That was not critical.
No.
But at the same time, I was like, well, it'd be good to have.
It's not a bad thing to have.
No. And then, as I didn't mention it, but like the gauges are forward and up, but below my hood line. So like they're below the bottom of my windshield, so they don't interfere at all. So if someone's thinking like, why would he move it? And it's in my vision, but not in the way of anything that it could be. So it's actually like probably more optimized, if anything.
Cool.
So then the only thing between my steering wheel now is my Apex Pro. So if I'm seeing like colors or whatever, I know it's the Apex Pro.
Cool.
I added side skirt splitters that I made out of Alumilite.
Okay.
It's mostly just hot boy shit. I have some ideas for. I'll admit it.
That's fair.
I have some ideas on some different designs. So that's why I bought a whole sheet of Alumilite.
So is that like barge board type things?
Yeah. So it's like a I'm trying to think what the gauge is. It's a real thin gauge of aluminum, and that's got the.
I know what Alumilite is.
Okay, I don't know.
No, I'm saying those are like barge boards.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like in GLTC, you can only have 5-inch wide flats.
Yep.
So they're 5-inch wide flats.
Right.
So then they can't stick out further than the wheels, so they're slightly in from that. I have some ideas on doing it differently. I have a bunch of Alumilite left over, so if I get creative, but this was just kind of where I wanted to start.
Alumilite's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of I just trimmed it out, and it just sits in there all perfect, like and
cool.
Hot boy shit, you know.
Hell yeah!
I got to replace my windshield because a rock hit it, and then I replaced every piece of vinyl on the car.
Allegedly.
No, it's for sure everything's gone.
Well, yeah, but for all I know, there's no vinyl on it. That could be a silver car right now.
You bring up a good point. Yeah, so
you're such a tool.
Last year, and the year before, I had basically two tones. So I would leave the bottom was silver, and that was the stock color, and then the top had red, and then the blue stripes. And now that my paint doesn't match, it's silver and it matches.
Oh, when you pulled it off, did it fade?
Well, no. So the door is
because of the bodywork.
So the door's a different shade.
Gotcha.
Because I couldn't find the exact same shade, and then when I painted the quarter, I paid the good money for the like the OEM match paint,
right?
And I painted it on, and I don't know if it wasn't warm enough or I didn't wait long enough. So then I went to clear coat it, and it like ran like it brought like the metallic with it. I guess the clear actually didn't run, but the metallic came away and flowed down. It looked so fucking bad. So like, I started doing it. I watched it happen. I'm like, this doesn't work together. And like it's just pulling the metallic.
That's so weird.
I was so mad. So then I just was like, well, I'm sandpaper this whole fucking thing. Do it over, and then if you get Rust-Oleum, titanium, aluminum, or titanium metallic generic spray paint, it's shockingly close to the silver that my car is.
That's hilarious.
So I'm like, we're just gonna stick with this, and we're just gonna cover it in vinyl because who gives a shit,
right?
So
it's a race car.
Yep, did that. Don built me a windshield defogger that I have yet to get from him. So I'll install that when I get it. I got to replace the brake pads before probably the next race. I could probably do at least a test day on them, maybe 2. I need tires, obviously.
Because your tires are illegal.
They
were like, holy fuck, Robbie's so fast.
Robbie made it to 11th place. Out.
That's got to go.
Ban him. Got to fix the synchro in the CDO1, and then I need to get it dyno tuned. And then there's a couple things added to the list today, apparently. We'll see how that plays out.
This is getting weird.
I don't want to talk about it until
that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, so the rest of the vinyl. So I went to a local shop here in town and had them. They're printing up my Grid Life banners and all that stuff.
Yep.
So they match the color scheme.
That'll be cool.
And then
I'm gonna start calling random vinyl shops and asking them like, "Hey, can I get some pictures? This is Robbie Veerhouse. Can I get a picture of that Grid Life banner you're printing out for me? I just want to
make sure that matches.
Yeah, I want to show it to a couple of friends of mine because we're thinking about making a team collab thing, and they want to see it.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
So can you send me that picture? And then I'll at least have an idea what's going on there. Or maybe I already know.
Or maybe you don't.
Or maybe I do.
You don't know. And then James from Kanga Motorsports is getting some vinyl cut out for me that needs to be added to the car. And I swear there's something else I was waiting on. Those are the big ones.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, big changes.
You did a lot of work to this car to not drive it at all this year.
Yeah, that's the sad part is that I'm not going to like all the tickets are sold out.
In a perfect world, you won't really drive this car much, if at all.
That's fair too. Yeah, so
if everything went to plan with car A, you won't need car B.
True. I still plan on. I signed up for the Midwest Fest lottery. So I would like if I get
Well, yeah,
in.
but you don't have a big enough Instagram following to get that, probably.
But Adam, it's a lottery.
Uh-huh.
It's not. They didn't ask about my Instagram followers.
No, but you gave them your name and stuff, and I have the ability to search Instagram. I mean, it's not hard, Robbie.
But Adam, it's a lottery. Anyone,
You're right.
Anyone
That's what
could
it's
win.
called.
All right. So if I get obviously the NPO one is the main focus for when it comes to racing.
Yes, which we got some news on today, and hopefully that comes to fruition.
Yep. And then, but let's say the weekends that I would probably do for Grid Life don't interfere with WRL.
No.
So it'd just be a matter of time. So I would like to do Festival, which would be in June.
It's one of the few events I plan on attending as well. Probably.
I'll probably end up taking this to Brainerd over 4th of July for the mid of TT. That was a fun event. I got nothing else going on that weekend.
Yeah.
The only hang up with that is it's the weekend before. I want to say VIR.
That's the weekend before VIR.
Yeah. So that would be the reason why I wouldn't go.
Which I am not going to make.
So, Joe Johnson, if you're listening, we'll probably need you in July. And then,
Joe King.
What are you joking about?
I love that. It makes me so happy because I was an idiot and fucked his name up on a live stream 2 fucking years ago, and now Robbie's just like, yeah, his name's Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson. Everybody knows that. he's a GM Master Tech. He's exactly who you want to have around.
For all the GM parts on your NPO one,
it translates. It's fine. And then
he also loves Mazdas. Fazdas, really.
Oh, there we go. We'll work out.
Ford related Mazda cars,
and he knows
which is the engine you have, so he probably knows all about it.
Exactly. And then I would like to make it to Mid-Ohio, but those tickets are already sold out.
I can't believe
10
how
minutes,
fast.
not even 10 minutes, like fucking a minute.
1 minute.
And that's what WRL is right now, too. You have to race to get just tickets.
The gold passes for almost all of the festival events are all but sold out.
Yep.
Club weekends are still relatively easy to get into, but there's still a few of those that are real fast.
Yep.
I'll bet the Gingerman Rev Up weekend will sell out.
Oh, without a doubt.
In minutes.
Yep. Yeah, so obviously my plan, if I go, is going to be if someone sells a ticket last minute.
Right. Which there's always people selling tickets.
There always has been.
But there's a lot of people looking for tickets.
There's a huge demand.
So
I was probably a year off when I came to my prediction of Grid Life selling out every event.
Yeah. I still think the club weekends, they won't sell out every event.
Yeah.
But they'll do fine.
Yes. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll just enter it into the Super Grid at Heartland Park, and I'll need a team. Someone to help fuel me up. And
Heartland, I want to be at. Heartland, right now, basically, the only events that I'm really going to stress making are Midwest Fest, Heartland because it's easy.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And it's one of my favorite places.
Yes.
Because I have so much history there.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make the stupid commitment to go to Laguna. Those are my three.
Laguna was never on the list for me.
I will skip a WRL event if that means I can go to Laguna. Sorry.
I will not. So that's fine.
Here's another jelly candy for you, Robbie.
Yes. That's that cola flavored. It's cola flavored.
You'll never know.
Oh, yes, I will. So if that I'll put it out right now. So if I can make it to Topeka, which it looks like that actually fits into the schedule really well.
Yeah, it did actually.
And I've gotten the car to the point where I feel confident taking it to a super grid.
Yeah.
I will need at least a couple friends to do fuel changes.
I think we can find those.
And hold fire bottle. And someone that's willing to register as a second driver with me.
I got you, bro. I'm not going to drive.
Don't say it out loud. You're saying the quiet part out loud.
No, it's fine, Robbie.
You're saying the quiet part out loud.
Nobody listens to this.
You're saying the quiet part out loud.
Nobody listens to this.
I need a second driver to register with me.
I've got your back, bro.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with the Z.
I have my competition license.
Nice. Hoping to have it all like completely back together. Obviously, I got to do a bunch of setup stuff.
Yeah,
with the suspension stuff. But it's also not going to be on track for months. So we're sitting pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to have it put together the livery done, pictures taken, and shared. I said 4 weeks like a week or two ago, but
Yeah.
4 weeks or so. We'll see how fast I get vinyl. That's the thing, because like obviously I'm not telling James, hey, I need vinyl like yesterday. I don't, like get to it when you can.
I will.
Get to it when you can. I don't care.
Chop, chop. I'm getting fucking tired of waiting.
It was funny because I walk in.
Was it, Robbie?
No, yeah, probably. Well, I go in to order all the banners and the door cards and all that stuff, and I tell them what I want. I kind of like share it, like I want these colors. Like, I want this to be this color, and the rest to be like, this is fine. And I had some vinyl with me. I was like, obviously it doesn't have to be this exact color, but this is the shade I'm going for.
Right.
Because they're like, well, we can get you this, this vinyl will kind of do this, and this will do that, and we can, we print on it, but it's going to be very expensive. I was like, you're no, I don't, no. Just similar.
I'm not made of money here.
Similar is good enough.
Yeah.
On your cheapest stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, this vinyl is going to be stuck to the Amazon vinyl, so let's just chill out. But they understood what I was going for, and they're like, so when do you need this by? I was like, well, the first race would be like May, so May. So yeah, whenever, whatever, just get it to me. So realistically, they'll have it done probably in 2 weeks.
Robbie.
Just get it to me when you get it to me.
No. Chop, chop, motherfuckers. That'll be the other thing I add when I call them pretending to be Robbie Veerhout. Also, I need that like ASAP.
Yeah, I need it yesterday.
I know I told you that my first race is in May, but I can't wait any longer. I have sponsor announcements to make, and I need the car finished.
I am waiting on sponsor stickers too. Yes.
Jesus Christ, Robbie.
I have some sponsor sticker. I keep trying to say tickets. I have sponsor stickers here. I'm waiting on some.
The
others.
number of sponsors you have doesn't change your position in the lottery, Robbie.
I have so many sponsors. Actually, they asked who the sponsors were.
I'm aware.
On the lottery. And I listed off the sponsors.
Yeah?
There's more than one.
All right.
And partners.
Yeah, lots of partners.
Apex Pro is a partner on that list.
Yeah.
And this list.
1010's podcast should be a partner.
It is. Factor Fab Racing was too.
Fabrication Racing.
And some others.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Petrobox?
Actually, I did include Petrobox.
Okay. And some others?
Fortune Auto.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Is actually a.
Yeah. I forgot.
Which is actually why it's important to me that I do get this on track more than once.
Okay, that's fair.
Which is why it'd be nice to take my Fortune Auto sponsored car to a Fortune Auto sponsored event.
Yeah.
In the lottery.
It's too bad it's a total. It's too bad it's a total random lottery, and you just never know who could win.
I'll be honest. I put Fortune Auto first.
Oh shit! I love it.
Yep. But that was actually like one of the important things that I posted.
Gervais,
he's
so fucking mad at us right now.
He started the war. He started the war.
I know, but this is taking it out of podcast. This is just rude at this point.
Yeah, we'll get over it. Or he'll make sure I don't go to a single event ever.
The fact that every time that the word lottery is mentioned in our group chat, which is a shockingly large amount of time, considering the number of people who are trying to get tickets in our group chat, and it's always put with quotes around it.
You did call us jerks.
Oh, it's the best. I love it so much.
But seriously, Adam, look at those fucking coilovers.
They're so pretty. It's too bad they're going to be hidden behind shit. You can't even see them. Barely.
Do you think that my livery is made to match these? Or do you think it contrasts? Weird. I guess we'll never... Robbie. There's a lot of color there.
Yeah, but none of it's green.
That's true. Which is funny because the OEM color is green from...
Yeah. None of it's turquoise and orange either.
Yeah, but that kind of would fit, though, wouldn't it, though?
No.
It wouldn't be too bad.
Yes, it would.
I'll give one thing away. I didn't take the time to just paint the cage again. So even if it doesn't match, it's still being blue.
That doesn't give anything away.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were sticking to that. Like, oh, he didn't paint his cage, so it's got to match blue.
I feel like that really wouldn't matter to you.
No, that's so much work. I won't do that again.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of where
the cage is blue.
it is what it is.
All right.
That never crossed my mind that maybe you were trying to tie a theme together with your hot boy coilovers.
That would have been cool, wouldn't it? Like, I could have powder coated those.
Or did it? Did you do it?
Did I?
Or do I already know?
Or do you already know? All will be revealed.
You're so annoying.
Before May.
You're so annoying.
What? People come to the podcast because I'm not annoying.
That's not true, necessarily. You don't know that.
Yeah. You know who doesn't think I'm
Somebody
annoying?
might hate listen to this. And you know what?
Yeah, just one somebody, I'm sure.
And you know what? I appreciate the listen.
Hey, if they made it this
Thanks
far
for the download.
in this hour and 45-minute podcast that we for sure said was going to be an hour.
Short show.
I swear to God, one day.
Have we ever recorded a show and not said before we started?
Short show?
Short show.
No. We've done 6 years of short shows.
Short is really a matter of opinion.
Yep.
And to some people, this might be. To Joe Rogan, these are short shows.
These are regular shows.
Yeah.
It's a half a show.
Regular
he's got
to
2 more
short,
shows
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, he's got 2 more shows lined up after this.
Yeah.
Crazy. But before we sign off, I want to remind everybody to head over to mypetrobox.com. Use the code 10tenths. Get, TTP15. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong sponsor.
Yeah.
TTP15 to get 15% off that first box or anything that's currently available in the store. I'm getting my replacement shirt. Because I'm an idiot.
That's super funny, though.
That I ruined it. Luckily, John took pity on me, and he's going to send me another one.
I'm not shocked by that at all.
No, John's a good guy, and because he's a good guy, you should be getting your own box.
Yeah,
have that shirt sent to you. You should, and then once it's available in the store, don't even think twice about it. Just buy it.
It's good to have 2.
Oh yeah,
a limited edition T-shirt such as that.
Yeah, those shirts that are in the shop, you should get them before they're gone.
That's true. They might be blip shift style, where once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, a year from now, you're like, man, I wish I had that shirt.
Yeah.
MyPetchBox.com. And then also, as always, ApexTrackCoach.com. I'm pretty excited that I was able to redo all of my gauges and then have the Apex Pro still be like optimally put where I wanted it.
Right.
So, but if you want to have an Apex Pro, I also realized that E-Man still had our other demo unit.
Yes.
So I finally get that back.
The Apex,
probably in the next couple of weeks.
The other gen, is that the prototype one?
Yeah, the silver one.
That's the one that's worth money.
That's the important
prototype one.
Yeah, that one's no one else has that.
That's true. Not even Apex Pro.
Yeah, they thought it was strange. Like, where do you have a silver one? Wait, why do you have a silver one? I don't know. You sent it to us. So yeah, but if you want to get into data, head over to apextrackcoach.com or get into the Android or iPhone store and download the Apex Pro app. Good news.
Big things coming.
Big things coming on the Apex Pro Android app.
Yeah.
They did some testing at Barber during that track day event that they did the mock GLTC race, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yep.
And then some other testing with it, and it sounds like it went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
So they are about ready to go live. It sounds like for sure in February.
Is that what?
That's what Andrew said on the other podcast that won't be mentioned.
Oh, okay. The one we're at war with?
Yes.
Which is all of them, frankly.
Yeah. I just want to point out that every podcast that's gone to war with us is no longer a podcast.
At least not with the same hosts.
Which ones got replaced?
Racers HQ tried.
Oh, yeah.
Jake kind of tried, and we didn't take it too far.
No. And then he stopped doing it.
Yes, but now somebody else is running Racers HQ now.
That's right. But yeah. But if you want to get into data, I would highly recommend checking out their app. Even before you buying the unit, you should definitely give it a try. You can use your phone and just get minimal data, but at least gives you an idea. And it shows you how awesome the interface is, how easy it is to work with, how quickly you can get your data. And then, if you want to upgrade to the unit, use the code 1010 so you get the Gen 2 unit and then a window mount, and you get 10% off when you get both those items. ApexTrackCoach.com. Adam, I got a lot of candy to eat, and it's a long show.
Let's shut it off because I want to go home and go to bed.
All right, we'll catch everybody next week.